It's all about light. It's all about how light uses the material, and it's changing all the time. So it becomes a dynamic material as well, how it reflects, absorbs, projects the light. And so you can manipulate light with glass.
Before people learned to make glass, it was found in nature. When lightning strikes sand, it can fuse into slender glass tubes. Volcanic eruptions can also fuse rocks and sand into a glass called obsidian. Early cultures shaped glass into various objects, including weapons, jewelry, and money. Glass was traded like gold.
The piece of property that Pilchuck is on is about 60 acres that John Halberg gave to the school. But it's in a tree farm that takes up basically a whole mountainside. You have the beauty of the mountains and the views of the Olympic Range and the water and the clouds settling over the cows and the pastures and the trees. And yet you have this humming heartbeat that I still call sort of the womb of the campus, which is the hot shop.
As you walk up the steps, it's just like the sound just kind of goes, and then you start to hear this roar, and you get up to the top of these steps, and there's the hot shop.
And the furnaces glowing, and people working there, and it's like a fairy tale, really.
Dale Chihuly enrolled in the first glass program in the country with Harvey Littleton at the University of Wisconsin. He continued his studies at RISD, the Rhode Island School of Design, where he established the glass program and taught for more than a decade. In 1968, he received a Fulbright Fellowship to study at the Venini Glass Factory in Venice. There, he observed the team approach to blowing glass, which is critical to the way he works today. Chihuly returned to the U.S. in 1969 and taught at Haystack Mountain School of Crafts in Maine. He dreamed of starting a school like Haystack that was focused on glass near his home in the Pacific Northwest.
I had the idea to start Pilchuck in about 1970. We were at the Rhode Island School of Design, and some friends and I started talking about Pilchuck and what it could be like.
I went into RISD, thinking I was going to get into architecture, and stayed in architecture for a year or so until I actually saw the glass program. And I realized that my interests in the material were really about light. I mean, how you work with light.
I, of course, was a big kind of mountain guy. And I said, well, we need to get it up in the mountains and get those artists away from straight lines and have them build their own places and, do this real rustic sort of thing.
And then there was a contact with the Halberg family and a little visit out there looking at a possible location for the school, and that was identified. And then I think there was a big rush, or push anyway, to try to get this first group of students to come there that summer.
I got a grant from the Rhode Island School of Design for $2,000 to do a project. And we accepted 2 students from 6 different art schools, no cost to the students. And everybody was to come out and meet at my mother's house. And my mother would send them on their way up to Pilchuck. We had no buildings, no electricity, no telephone, no gas. We have no supplies either. We had no bricks for the furnaces, no nothing.